Okay. Yeah. I'm back. Oh, boy. Welcome to the Josh Potter Show, folks. Oh, boy, what a hell of a week. And not even a weekend. A week, basically, in the Tampa area down in Florida. I want to thank everybody who came out, not only to see me with Annie Letterman, but I had my own show on Thursday night, and boy, oh boy, the Roaches were in force. Give a shout out to Evan and Joe. They're listening in their car right now. These guys, I guess they travel for work. I'm not sure which one it was, Evan or Joe, but they were like, oh, you got to, they drive all together for work. And one of them put the other one on to the show, and then they both came out to the show on Thursday night. Hell of a time. So it's awesome to meet those two fellas. Glad that they're listening in their car for their very important government job. I won't say exactly what it is, but boy, oh boy, nice to know some highfalutin people out there consuming the Josh Potter Show. If you want to come out to a show, thejoshpotter.com is where to do it. July 13th, going to be in Chicago, Illinois at the old Lincoln Lodge there. Pleased to be buying tickets to that. Also, August, the 15th and 16th of August, going to be in Janesville, Wisconsin. Those are the tickets on sale now. Please go buy those tickets, and I will see you out on the road. Other than that, JoshPotterShow@gmail.com is where you can send in things, and I'll get all your Roach reporting, some good ones today, and some first-timers. Always love to see a first-timer, so if you're out there thinking, I've never sent one in before, get on your horse and do the bad thing. Send it on in, baby. JoshPotterShow@gmail.com. And if you want to make music or something and send it in the way Griff Parker does, the way Odd Track Number does. I think Odd Track Numbers even has an article today. I just love it all. So send it all in and rate, review, and subscribe and all of that nonsense. Now, today, there was an announcement made in the podcast world that kind of affected me more than I would have expected it to affect me. And it's very funny, my history with this sort of program. Mark Maron has announced that he is ending his WTF podcast, which is crazy. It's been going for almost 16 years. I guess it'll end on its 16th year. And I mean, that means it's been going pretty much my entire comedy career, which I think is crazy. I mean, I remember listening to some of those early interviews. It's weird. You can remember where you were when you listen. I don't know if that happens for you out there, but I have like interviews that Mark Maron did where I like remember where I was when I listened to them. You know, like the Robin Williams one. I think I was still living at my parents' house. It was like in 2010 or something like that. I was like between apartments, living in my parents' house, like a real loser at the age of whatever it was, 24, I guess I would have been. And I got to cross paths with Mark Maron when he would come in and do the club on the weekend, which I don't think he did very often. I think he did the club in Buffalo one time. And he came in and he did radio. I don't think he wanted to go back to Buffalo. I haven't been able to talk to him about it, but I would love to. But here's me and Mark Maron in, I think, 2009 or 2010. Look at the little Roach there with Mark Maron. He looks thrilled, doesn't he, to be taking this picture? It's hilarious. And shortly after this, it was in 2010, the early portion of it. That's what's so weird about remembering that Robin Williams interview. It was definitely after I moved back home to Buffalo from Cleveland, because I went to Cleveland to take a radio job. I was the executive producer of the Kylie and Boom show, which would turn out to be one of my biggest occupational nightmares of my life. But I was about to embark on it. I got a call. Josh, we want you for this job. If you accept it, you have to be in Cleveland running the show in 11 days. To launch this brand new show on this brand new station, which was like insane. 11 days to just move to another city. And so I was freaking out at that age. And I wrote, of all people, Mark Maron an email. Just like, I don't even know what I was expecting. It was just me like anxiety dumping essentially onto Mark Maron about my moving situation, how I was like leaving this girl and blah, blah, blah. And I can't believe how fast Mark Maron wrote back to me. It's crazy how fast. And I think I shared part of the email on a previous episode. I don't need to go through the milieu of it all, but it's weird. The words how they stuck with me over time, and they would continue to stick with me. Now you'd think here, Josh, you're a paid regular at the Comedy Store. You must see Mark Maron all the time. I sure do. Have I spoken to him once? No. I think the only time Mark Maron has ever uttered any words to me in this building is when he came up. He just like, you look like Dean Del Rey. So I think he thought I was Dean Del Rey and was going to come up to me, and then he realized I wasn't as he got closer. And then he was like, you're looking more like Del Rey every day. And I'm like, good to see you, Mark. And that's not to say he's like a prick to me or anything. He's just not that kind of guy. He's not the guy that's like talking to everybody, especially a new guy coming around. And I think he saw me bomb in the OR one time. But other than that, I've been meaning to go up to him and I have no idea how to approach the man and be like, you sent me this email and it's really helped me through the years. Like, it's so bizarre to see a guy at your like quote unquote work all the time and then never approach him like that. It is my dream to have him. If I ever do a live Josh Potter show, he would be the guest I throw up a Hail Mary for. I did a Hail Mary like this. That was, what am I, a girl? I went like this for a Hail Mary. It's not a Hail Mary. I was going to do a full court shot. Hail Mary. Golly. But yeah, no, it did. I heard about the news this morning, and I was like, boy, oh boy. Well, happy trails. I'm excited to see what he does down the road. I know he's got a lot of acting things, and, it's just something that it's a chapter closing in this whole medium. I'd be lying if I didn't say I was, somewhat influenced by the fact that it just existed. It was the future. I was working in radio, for Christ's sake. In this podcast thing, this was the first one that kind of sparked up that, and Rogan around that time. I'm sure both of them would hate for me to acknowledge them in the same sentence, but whatever. But yeah, no, I just thought that was, it's kind of a sad thing, and but onward and upward. He doesn't want to do it anymore, so be it. Let's get to some sports, though. Beep 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 beep. Beep 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 beep. Beep 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 beep. And my man Johnny Moe sent this bad boy into JoshPotterShow@gmail.com, but it has been something I've been wanting to discuss in the last couple of days. You see, the NBA Finals are about to begin, and before the NBA Finals, they have the Conference Finals. And in the Conference Finals, the Knicks were playing the Indiana Pacers. Now, the New York Knicks have quite a few celebrities who sit courtside, who are big Knicks fans. This year it was, usually it was Spike Lee in years past, by the way. He's still there. But in recent years, now Timothy Chalamet is the big to-do with the Knicks fans. He's been sitting courtside, and I think it's cool. He's not a phony.
It's Chalamet.
What did I call him?
Chalamet?
I don't care. Timothy Chalamet. Is that not how you say it? Whatever. You know who I'm talking about. The twinkie little boy, Bob Dylan. That boring Bob Dylan movie. He was good in it. It's just proof that Bob Dylan sucks. That's what that movie did, in my opinion. Timothy Chalamet, or whatever you call him. Chalamet. He was great. He was fantastic. I thought he was Bob Dylan. All that movie did was tell me Bob Dylan's life has been nothing but flowers and rainbows. The big conflict in the movie is he had to plug his guitar in. People were like, whoa, that's it? That was his struggle?
That's what he's known for.
It's no Johnny Cash story, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was movie worthy, is all I'm saying. But hey.
I didn't see it.
No, it was bad. Don't go. If you want to if you're into Bob Dylan, maybe it was exciting. But I'm like, Bob Dylan, I guess I have reverence for what he did, but.
So does he plug it in or not?
Yeah, he plugs it in. We all knew that. If you're alive and you know who Bob Dylan is, at some point he went electric, and that was just like, whoa, holy shit, cancel him. He's changed his voice 6,000 times, and I actually seen Bob Dylan in concert, and it wasn't great. I didn't like it. It wasn't like he was a different Bob Dylan. He's old, and he's like, he sounds more like Tom Waits now than the Bob Dylan that I wanted to hear him like a Rolling Stone, like that guy. Where's that guy?
I'd like to see Tom Waits.
I don't care about either one of them, to be quite frankly. Today's Josh Potter Show is brought to us by Rocket money. And boy, oh boy, I want to take this moment just to congratulate Josh Allen and Haley Steinfeld on their marriage this past weekend. Josh Allen, of course, the quarterback of the Buffalo Bills. I love him very much. They had an elegant wedding here in California, and I thought maybe I'd like to have a wedding like that someday. I need to get my finances in order. I mean, boy, oh boy, you know where it starts? I'm always signing up for things and forgetting about them. If I could clean that up, it might make a bit of a dent to get a good start on things, don't you think? Thank God for Rocket Money. I mean, boy, oh boy, with Rocket Money, I can see all the subscriptions in one place and cancel all the ones I'm not using or I forgot about. Now I'm saving money and I'm staying organized, which feels pretty damn good if you ask me. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Rocket Money's got over 5 million users, and they've saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all the app's premium features. Cancel those unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/Potter today. That's rocketmoney.com/Potter. rocketmoney.com/Potter. But yeah, no, so Timothy Chalamet, he is Chalamet, what is it? Say it again. Schlamane?
Yeah,
I can't.
You got it, man.
Dude, I can't say it. Say it again. I feel like my fucking dad trying to say Massachusetts. What does he say? How do you say it again?
It's Chalamet.
Chalamet.
Yes.
There it is up there. If I read it, I can say it.
Chalamet.
If I say it in my brain, I can't. If I don't even know what I was saying. Chalamet. I got it now. Okay, I'm not even going to try to remember what I said before. Anyhow, he loves the Knicks, evidently. He's courtside now, and everyone's up his ass about it. He's freaking out. And he looks like, I mean, I'm not calling him people are calling him a phony. They're like, oh, this isn't real. No, there's pictures of him when he was a kid. You know, he's always been a Knicks fan. I think it's cool that such a big star is geeking out over his team. I like that. So it's cool that he's there. And then you got, Tracy Morgan's puking on the side of the court over there. He's over there. And then you got Ben Stiller, who I think he's bending. I'm not saying Ben Stiller is a Johnny-come-lately either. And obviously the Knicks haven't been this far in the playoffs in 25 years, so when would we have seen these people? Just a regular season Thunder game or something? I don't know. But so Ben Stiller was there as well. So these guys are all sitting together courtside, and everyone's talking about him. There's memes, there's GIFs about him, there's videos of them doing this or that. And they go into Indianapolis for what I think would be game 5 or 6. I'm not sure which game it happened, but it happened at Indianapolis against the Pacers. And one of their big fans is Pat McAfee, who is a huge media mogul at this moment. If you don't know who Pat McAfee is, I get it. You're not a sports fan, but if you do, he's everywhere, though. He's podcasting. He's on ESPN. He's on WWE. I said that like a real mook there. I said my tongue's all twisted. It's WWE. Should have said it like that. He's on all of that shit. Chamulet, whatever the hell. So Pat McAfee is at the Pacers game. And, he's a huge media star. Get him on the microphone. So they put him on the, in-game microphone between, commercial timeouts or whatever, and tell him, hey, hype up the crowd. So he's going in there to cut a promo. He's, again, from the wrestling world. He's a big, pump up guy. If you ever watch his show, imagine if I did this show standing up the entire show. I don't have that energy. I'm lucky I can do an hour long on stage. I'm barely standing when you see me do it. That's why I'm not running around or anything like that. I would sit down if I didn't think it was disrespectful to the art. I feel like there's only 2 people who are allowed to sit down. And they are Big J. Okerson and whoever the hell else sits down at the top level. That's it. But there's one guy I can't even think of.
Maron sits.
Maron. Okay, yes. Well, there's one other one that I can't remember. But yes, there's people who have earned the right to sit down. I don't like when I see a fucking open micer go up there and sit down. I'm like, stand up. You're up there for 5 minutes.
Yeah, come on.
Fucking get off the stool. Anyhow, I don't remember Pat McAfee, he does a 4-hour show on his feet the entire time. I don't think he sits down. I think he's standing behind his desk the entire time. One day I'll do a show like that. We'll get a little and I'll come up here. I'll be standing. Be bopping around, for Christ's sake. We'll do that. What are you Googling?
Oh, I was just going to Google him standing at his desk.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's on YouTube. It's on ESPN every day. I like that my father watches this. This is just, because it is on sports channels. ESPN, ESPN2, there he is. I mean, he's just standing there. Right? He gets hyped up. He's on an interview. He's like, I don't know if he's what he's on, but boy, oh boy, I'd like a little something or other. I think he's just a high energy guy. He used to be a punter, by the way, in the NFL. Did you know that? Some people don't even know that. He used to be a punter in the NFL. I guess if you watch him thoroughly enough, he talks about it, obviously, but it is hilarious to me that people are like, oh, Pat McAfee, the guy from ESPN. Yeah, he did. There's a reason. I don't know. It's just very funny that don't remember him being a punter. And he was like a funny punter, too. Today's Josh Potter Show is brought to us by Home Chef. And oh boy, the air is getting warmer. It's summertime and the living is easy. And boy, oh boy, instead of spending those days meal prepping in the overheated kitchen, sweating, getting mad, treat yourself. Go enjoy the sunshine and break the monotony, and free up the time with Home Chef. Easy to follow meal kits with fresh, exciting recipes delivered straight to your door. That's the best part. They just show up, boom, they're there. Oh my goodness, I'm going to eat and I'm going to go to the beach. Users of leading meal kits have rated Home Chef #1 in quality, convenience, value, taste, and recipe ease. That's the most important to me. And for a limited time, Home Chef is offering all the roaches out there 18 free meals, plus you're going to get free dessert for life. And of course, free shipping on your first box. Just go to homechef.com/Potter. That's homechef.com/Potter, and you're going to get 18 free meals and free dessert for life. Homechef.com/Potter. Must be an active subscriber to receive the free dessert. But anyhow, they ask Pat McAfee to hype up the crowd. And so he does it in this wrestling manner. Let's watch and see.
Indianapolis, Indiana. We got some big wigs from the big city in the building. Spike Lee is here.
Ooh, the booze rain down.
Ben Stiller is here.
Ooh, that paused for a second.
Timothy Chalamet.
Oh, good. He's about to say it. Does he get it right? I should have waited a second.
Yeah.
The thing I wanted to address here is these people aren't booing because they hate Tropic Thunder, or they hate Meet the Parents or whatever. They're not booing because they hate whatever Spike Lee's done. They're booing because they're Knicks fans, and they're just having a good old time booing the big actors from the big old city. And so that's good sports fun that's happening here. Okay, go ahead. Let's watch. Let's hear how he says his name.
Timothy Chalamet is here. Let's send these sons of bitches back to New York with their ears ringing. Let's turn this shit on.
A lot of cursing for a family event. No, I'm just kidding. Oh my goodness, my child. He was there. No, so he tells them, let's cheer loud and make these guys' ears bleed. We're cheering so loud. It's good sports fun. So, this comes out on the video on, on Twitter or whatever else, it goes viral, this clip. And Ben Stiller tweets about it. And it says, let me see if I don't want to misquote what happened here. It says down here, let me get to the right part, on X. He took to X. I said Twitter. I got to get back. I got to get it right on. He took to the big X, and he decided to respond to the calling out. He said, yes, weird. We were happy to be there and cheer our team. And other than that, Indy fans were awesome. Other than what? He didn't do anything. Ben Stiller made some of the funniest movies in the history of the world, in the art. He is arguably one of the funniest guys to ever live. And takes this so seriously. It's very weird. I think it's super weird that Ben Stiller took this so seriously and was upset about it. It's yeah, they're hyping up the fans. I'm out from the opposing team. I would have ate it up. If they booed me, I would have I would have ate it up with a spoon. It would have been so fun. Ben Stiller. He took it so seriously. I mean, it's freaking crazy to me. He expanded on his thoughts in a follow-up reply. He said, "It's okay. He must be playing around. If it's an actual point of view, it seems a little anachronistic and cliche. Like we are big city celebs and we shouldn't be there in the Heartland." Again, everyone we met was awesome and incredibly cool. This is a guy who made Zoolander. He doesn't understand what's happening here. That was so bizarre to me. And then I'm like, is this a bit? Now my brain isn't a pretzel.
Well, he's in his severance days, you know?
He took it so literal and weird. Like,
he's kind of
you've never been to
lately.
a sports event in the history of time. You've never, it's so weird to me that he was like, that was strange. I don't get it. What's going on here? Is he serious? That's crazy. Like, I'm scared now for Ben Stiller.
If anything, that makes him seem a little bit more like that of Touch Big City guy, to be honest.
Exactly. To not understand what's happening there, it does make him seem out of touch in just the terms of a sports fan, I would think. I thought that was so weird. Like, it made my skin fall off my bones. It, like, made me cringe so hard to think that he was like, someone was like, wow, you sound bitter. And he says, no bitterness. Indy fans were amazing. Good win for you guys. Did he write those movies? Who the hell is this guy? I'm like at a loss, dude. That's crazy. How do you not get it? Yeah, I mean, I guess his parents were very successful. Maybe he's never really experienced fandom at that kind of level where the shit talk is in good-natured fun. I don't know. Now, T-Bone sent in an article. Now, this one kind of takes it. I wonder what Ben Stiller would have to say about this. Let's just put it that way. Do we have a news story on it?
No.
I thought that was it.
They talk about it, but it's kind of in a podcasty form.
That's okay. I don't want to hear that. A Pacers fan has been charged after he was accused of stabbing a Knicks fan at a Carmel, Indiana brewery during Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals on Friday. I mean, what would Ben Stiller say about that going on? That's like one of those things where I go, seems more like an Oakland thing. Or I wouldn't put that on an Indianapolis fan doing that typically. You don't hear about that. But hey, they're in the Eastern Conference Finals. We're seeing a new breed, perhaps. An employee at Danny Boy Beer Works told cops that Jarrett Funk, 24 years old, left the brewery around Friday night only to return and stab a man in the back, according to Fox 59. This is the guy?
Yeah.
He literally did the cliche of stabbing a man in the back. I mean, boy, oh boy. Not in a literal sense, by the way. He took a knife and physically stabbed a person in the back. When I hear that, I'm like, oh, I wonder if what did he do? He slept with his girl? No, it's with a knife into his back. According to News 8, the man also suffered a minor lung tear. I'm suffering a minor lung tear. Holy shit. Suffered a minor lung tear and a broken rib, while a second man suffered a leg laceration from falling. Both men were bleeding profusely, according to the report. The alleged victim said Funk smacked a Knicks hat off one of the fans. He yelled, fuck you. You still have a fucking problem. Take this outside. So this man, boy, oh boy, he's very upset that the Knicks fans are there. And I don't know what he was so upset about. At Game 2, the Knicks were losing. Both of those games, I do believe they went down 0-2 to start the series. And now the Indianapolis Pacers or the Indiana Pacers, I guess they're in the finals. So this guy can't even watch the finals. He's going to be in fucking jail during it. That must suck. He was taken away from the Knicks supporters by his own father. So this guy's dad's there. I'm proud of you, son. You're a true fan. As the Knicks fans were on the patio, they alleged that Funk stormed through the fence to attack them. One of the alleged victims said he briefly displayed a black folding pocket knife to deter Funk, but repocketed it as he has no intention of using it. I've done that to hobos before. When you're out late at night walking to 7-Eleven and one of them starts, I go, hey, don't fuck around with me. I'm not one you fuck with. They go on the other side. All right, good. Get out of here. This guy's just doing it to this 24-year-old. Look at that neck on this guy. And he's got that curly hair. This guy looks like Timothy Chalamet. Funk was charged with battery by means of deadly weapon. Oh, hold on. We got more of this. Hold on. Funk told the cops, this is what he said. He said that the Knicks fans started the altercation by talking shit, with one of them pushing him to the ground and punching him in the face. Well, hell. No wonder he was out of his mind. Witnesses told police Funk was the primary aggressor, however. So that seems like it might have been a lie. Funk was charged with battery by means of a deadly weapon, battery resulting in serious bodily injury, and criminal reckless committed with a deadly weapon, according to court documents viewed by the Post. The first 2 charges are level 5 felonies, and the third is a level 6. He's being held in Hamilton County Jail with no bond set as early of Tuesday, with a hearing scheduled for the afternoon. So he's going to probably be in jail. I'm sure they'll have the games on. I'm sure. But boy, oh boy, he better get his stabbing arm ready, because he might have to use the old shank in the yard or what have you. I wonder if that you think that still happens? People making shanks?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. Tale as old as time. They'll always make shanks in prison, right? Boy, oh boy.
How high do the levels go?
For what? The felonies?
Yeah, I didn't know they went to level 6.
I haven't the slightest idea. I mean, I hope I don't approach felony level 0.5. You know what I mean? I'm trying to avoid all that. There's nothing I do that I think could yield a felony that I know of. At the very least. I know ignorance isn't a defense, but here I am. Maybe we'll hear about some more levels of felonies in the news. Boy, oh boy, folks, the Roach sometimes, he doesn't have time for a complete and balanced meal. That's where Huel comes in, today's sponsor of the Josh Potter Show. Oh boy, I went to an Angels game last week and then took a red-eye flight and then landed and attempted to go to another baseball game. I don't have time for a complete meal during all of that nonsense, so I got a Huel and I was ready to go, energized for my long journey, my jaunt. And thank goodness for the black edition ready to drink thing right here. I mean, it's 35 grams of protein, 27 vitamins and minerals, and it's low in sugar and tasty. Ooh la la. I had this. I was charged up. I was ready to go. Got on a red eye, flew across the old United States of America, and boy, oh boy, thank goodness for Huel. Huel is a perfectly balanced meal. Huel is incredibly affordable, and Huel is the global complete nutrition brand with over 500 million meals sold. And for new customers shopping at Huel.com, Huel.com, you can try it for 15% off plus a free gift using my exclusive code. It's Potter at Huel.com. Once again, 15% off plus a free gift for new customers using the exclusive code Potter at Huel.com. See the description for terms and conditions. Unlock a healthier, easier way to eat with Huel. Nutritionally complete meals in minutes so you can focus on what really matters. Boy, oh boy, the news gets dark. But I can kind of relate to this next guy a little bit. Just a little bit. I mean, we've all had this thought. Think about it and keep that in mind as we start the story. A pet owner was booked and charged with aggravated animal cruelty after he allegedly placed a dog in an oven after getting into an argument with a family member over the dog's barking. Boy, oh boy, I'll tell you this. My neighbor's kid pounds around in that house all day long. I only share one wall with this unit, and it is so loud and crazy how much it shakes things. My pictures are shaking on the fucking wall and everything. Like, it's crazy. I'll tell you, I've wanted to put that kid in a fucking oven. I'm not going to do it.
The kid? You're not talking about a dog?
No, I'm talking about a human kid. Something just to get him to stop. Just every time. Thank God the guy splits time with his with the kid. Like the kid goes to like the mom's, I presume, or whomever's. Because boy, oh boy, if it was every day, this kid would probably be in a fucking oven by this point. I mean, golly, YouTube terms of services and all that. I'm speaking facetiously, but it is insane. So this guy, here he is right here. Look at the face on him. He had this intrusive thought with the dog barking. Some people out there in the world probably would actually think that this man's more heinous than what I'm alluding to in my brain. Do you know what I'm saying?
I do.
They would rather I do that than this guy who actually did it do this. Do you know what I'm saying?
I can't get over this picture of this guy. It's like we have the oven cam.
No, yeah, it's a terrible mugshot. They don't. It actually looks like he assassinated a president or something. I mean, it looks so old. It's like, did they have someone paint this? I mean,
he's biting his lip for those listening over audio.
I feel like this is going to be in like some congressional library or something. But no, so I mean, we've all heard dogs barking too much, and maybe you're trying to sleep and you're like, oh my God. I think there was like a fucking Seinfeld episode about it, for Christ's sake. She didn't do this, I don't think. I can't even remember what they did with that dog. Do we have a story?
I do have a little bit of a news story.
Ooh, I'm excited. Foxtown, let's see how they handled this. We have a disturbing tale.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do a whole thing. Details about a disturbing story coming out of Atmore tonight. Go ahead.
It's in a horrific animal cruelty case, and we want to warn you, the allegations are disturbing.
An Atmore man is accused of killing a puppy after he put it in an oven. Police say this is one of the worst cases of animal abuse they've ever seen. And our Natalie Williamson has this story.
Can you pause it? That poor guy. That poor guy. I mean, you have no gravitas behind the words you're saying with that voice. That's tough. He's handsome. He looks like an anchor. But boy, oh boy.
He's got big old fish lips.
I mean, let's not discuss the size of his lips.
I don't know. That threw me off.
It's the candor in his voice that's not anchor worthy. This is the sign of the times, folks. They're just like, hey, this guy's got a head of hair. He's decent looking. Put him in the anchor chair. He can read. Can he, though? I mean, let's watch again.
Of killing a puppy after he put it in an oven. Police say this is one of the worst cases of animal abuse they've ever seen.
Pause it.
And our Natalie Williamson.
The worst case of animal abuse. I mean, this is something heavy that he's telling us, and it's not like he's Walter Cronkite up there, I'll tell you that. I mean, God, the worst case of animal cruelty this world has ever seen. I mean, he is not even close to that. He is like, I could do it more serious without even trying, and I haven't even put myself in the position. He's trying to do the concerned face, but boy, oh boy, that's just a tough voice. Go ahead. Let's watch the rest now.
Has this story.
Lenise and Cameron, this is absolutely heartbreaking. Sergeant Daryl McMahon with Atmore PD tells me neighbors actually heard what sounded like the dog crying for help.
Can you pause it?
He tells me when he got to the scene.
What I love about this is they put a pretty little blonde girl on it, and this is real. She's not doing fake reporter voice or anything. She probably heard about this story and is just finished crying. Because that's what women, I mean, you know what I'm saying? When you tell a girl, there's women who listen to this podcast who are upset right now that this story is even being discussed.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'm going to get dog hate, but I told you, I'd rather put a child in the oven.
That makes it better.
Come on. I think the women in the audience will agree with me. But I'm just saying that this is actual, we're watching truth exude from her, like the bravery that she is possessing right here, delivering this story. Immense. Go for it.
He tells me when he got to the scene, he saw something he'll never forget. Tonight, an Atmore man is charged with aggravated
James Earl Ray over here. This guy
allegedly killed a Chihuahua by putting it in the oven. Investigators say 44-year-old James Williamson got into an argument with a family member and said if the puppy did not stop barking, he'd put it in the oven. According to Sergeant Daryl McMahon with Atmore Police, this case is about as bad as it gets. McMahon says Williamson also pushed a chair up.
They just told us. It's somebody.
A cop? Oh my God. Why did they have such a weird, it makes the cop look like is that the guy that ate the dog after he came out of the oven? That's what that guy looked like just then. Terrible profile. And he's at his desk. Here, let's get a shot of you at your terrible desk. That's
the
when they should have
oven.
went outside.
According to Sergeant Daryl McMahon with Atmore Police, this case is about as bad as it gets. McMahon says Williamson also pushed...
I get it. It's a terrible thing. People love dogs. As bad as it gets? I can think... I mean, maybe I'm just a morbid person. I can think of a lot of worse things that could have occurred. I don't know. It's bad. Go ahead.
A chair up against the oven so the dog couldn't get out.
The heartbreaking scene unfolded right here on Dogwood Place. According to Sergeant McMahon, neighbors in the area heard what sounded like yelping coming from inside Williamson's home. When McMahon arrived on the scene, he found the poor little pup lying in the driveway with severe burn marks.
Pause it.
And for McMahon, this
sounds like the oven thing made the barking worse for at least a period of time. Doesn't sound like it was a solution. They're like, oh, now the neighbors can hear it? This is crazy. Who else was there? I mean, it must have been, if he was like, if that dog, it's not like, is this guy just alone with the dog and is telling him, I'm going to put you in the oven if you don't stop barking, as if the dog's like, oh shit, I don't want to go in the fucking oven. Or was he saying it to another person? I thought for a second it was someone else's dog. It doesn't seem like anyone was trying to like intervene though, you know? So he's just saying to himself, I'm going to put that dog in the oven if it doesn't start barking. Who's he saying this to? I don't. That's the part that's missing from their anecdote. And then it's out on the...
Yeah, and whose dog? It's unclear whose dog it was.
Yeah, if it's just a guy with his new dog that he's got and he's like, this thing won't stop barking. I'll put you in the oven. And then the cops come and they're like, what happened, sir? And he was like, I told that dog I'd put him in the fucking oven if he doesn't stop barking. And he didn't listen.
It does sound like a pretty gruesome scene of like this dog.
Of course it's gruesome.
Screaming.
That's the difference between intrusive thoughts and this psychopath is that he actually, not only did he go through with his wild threat, he couldn't just like it would be horrible and inhumane as well, obviously, if he just bashed the dog over the head with something out of a fit of rage, right? That's a psychopath. This guy, another level. Putting him in, like, was the oven on? Did he turn it on once he threw the dog in there? Like, what crazy steps have to be played out here?
Yeah, did he warm it up?
Yeah, he's like, ding, up, the oven's ready. You're not done barking. I preheated it at 400 degrees. Now you're fucked. Crazy. And then it's out in the driveway. Then he's like, when was the dog done? When it was done barking, he was like, fine. And he's like, puts it out in the driveway.
Did he take an internal temperature?
Crazy. Yeah, he's got the thing in it. Yep, you're done. Boy, oh boy. The suspect has been identified as James Williamson, 44, from Atmore. Let's listen to this lady. This lady, she's walking and talking now. I mean, you can hear it in her voice. It's shaky. She might have tears.
Oh, yeah.
She's going to get a fucking an Emmy. You know they give local news Emmys out. I know people with multiple Emmys. And they're like, I'm like, did you get to go to the ceremony? They're like, no, they mail these things. Okay, go ahead.
It's close to home.
Do you have dogs of your own? Any animals? Have you had some
Who cares?
previously?
I have a Chihuahua myself. When I got there,
it was a Chihuahua. I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
You know, I really was. I just stood there and looked at the dog for a little bit, and you know, I had to get myself together.
Williamson is charged with a Class C felony.
This is a police
Sergeant
officer.
McMahon says the law
Pause it.
should be tough.
I mean, yeah, it's terrible. It's a gruesome scene, but this guy's probably seen people get shot, right? I mean,
dude, they couldn't find another picture of this guy. They have this one picture just like sweeping across the screen, zooming
he looks
in
like
slowly.
James Dean if he like grew up near a power lines or something. I mean, this guy looks like
he looks like he's trying to be real cool.
Yeah,
it looks like he's trying to. Like, he can't fit Lego together, but we're getting him from the perspective of the Lego. Like,
oh, yeah, no, I mean, yeah, he is, like, concerned. It's like he doesn't know how the camera works on his phone and he took a selfie. His face is that. I mean, it also just looks like a guy who's, like, ready to snap at any moment, and having a little yippy dog in his presence is going to set him off. You know what I mean? Kind of looks like that, too. Go ahead.
I think in cases like this, they should be strengthened. Because I don't think being a Class C felony, it fits what he did. That pretty much describes what he did. Horrible and inhumane.
Williamson has a bond of $15,000, and if he gets out, he can't have any animals. In Atmore, Natalie Williamson, Fox 10 News.
Oh, how brave, Natalie. Great job. Great work for Fox 10 News. Boy, oh boy. He can't have any animals when he gets out of jail. Okay. Oh, boy. Well, I don't know how to say this next person's name because it comes to us all the way from Ireland. Don't make me do an Irish accent. I'm going to probably attempt it, but I'm just like dreading it because I can't even hear it in my head. I hear British. I hear Australian. I don't hear Irish, though. So it's going to be a blend, I'm sure. But how do you guys know how to say this guy's name? Nollaig? I'm sure there is like, it's going to be something crazy. Nollaig. That is an Irish name, evidently. We got to get to the bottom of how to.
Where are you seeing this name?
It's not in the article. It's on our prep here for the who sent it in. This is the person that sent me the story from Ireland. We got listeners on the Emerald Isle. Yeah, so I spelled it for you. I don't know. I mean, Nollaig. That is the name in the email.
No,
Put it in a Google and let's see what it says. I want to hear the AI woman say it to me. No, yag. It's going to be some wild Irish shit. I just know it. I want to get it right. But he sends in a grim Irish murder. That's Scottish. See, I'm never going to get it. All right, what does it say? Play the...
So make sure to stay tuned to the channel. How do you say it? No leg.
I don't know if I feel comfortable. I don't know if I feel comfortable saying it like that. Who's this fucking guy, by the way? I got to hear an Italian man say it. Who knows if that's right?
He sounded Irish.
He's like, hello. Today I'm going to teach you how to pronounce something. That doesn't sound Irish to me at all. It sounded like a fucking Antonio Banderas. Today we will learn how to say this name. Nollaig?
Nollaig.
All right, well, I hope it's how you say it out there. Wild. That's like you see Irish names that are spelled all weird, and they're like, oh, that's fucking Seamus. And you're like, what? Unbelievable. Anyhow, they're investigating the murder of Michael Gain. And they have recovered a chainsaw from his farmyard and have sent it to forensic analysis. See, this story is going to be way more gruesome than the Chihuahua thing. But boy, oh boy, no one's going to remember that. Is this the guy? Who's this guy here? Is this 56-year-old farmer who was dismembered by the chainsaw? Or is this the suspect? This guy looks like an Irish
I think
chainsaw
this
murderer.
is the victim.
That's the victim. Ooh, boy. I mean, you had to use a chainsaw on this thick man. He's a big guy.
There is some video of the accused killer talking to a reporter, but it's got a lot of background noise and stuff. I wasn't sure if you wanted to.
Well, let's talk about it here and see what happened, and then we'll see if we can talk about it or play it. The chainsaw was discovered hidden in the farmyard and brought to Forensic Science Ireland's laboratory in Dublin for examination to see if any DNA evidence could be obtained. Gardaí believed that Mr. Gain was killed near the cowshed in his farmyard soon after the last sighting of him alive at some shop in Kenmare, where he was captured at 9:48 a.m. March 20th, purchasing a phone credit. Okay. Purchasing a phone credit. They still do that out there? They believe that Mr. Gain's killer then dismembered his body and disposed of the body parts into the slurry tank beneath the slatted unit where he kept his herd of more than 30 suckler cows over the winter months. Oh, the suckler cows. Is that Irish?
Yeah, that was good.
Oh, okay. I can do it when they write like them. Mr. Gain's killer was dismembered his body and disposed of the body parts in the slurry tank beneath the slatted unit where he kept his herd of more than 30 suckler cows. I can't do it. I don't know what I tried my best.
That was good.
Anyhow, technical experts have been examining the concrete slats in the cowshed to see if they bear any signs of being damaged by the chainsaw. Meanwhile, sources have confirmed that searchers have recovered more body parts, including both tissue and bone, as they continue to search the old slurry tank. Is that a thing? What is slurry tank? Is that like a body of water? The slurry tank and some mounds on the slurry solids. Me lucky charms. See, I have to go back to that to really hear it. I can't do voices. What is the slurry tank? along the slurry tank. It sounds like, oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling. The slurry pit. What is this?
For farmers to gather all of their animal waste.
Ew.
And organic matter, such as hay.
It's like when you grind up a thing and then it's like the bones and stuff?
It's basically a dumping pit, but it's water so that things kind of disintegrate.
Yowzas. Boy, oh boy. The animals can't catch a break on this show today. The old slurry pit. People out there, the farmers listening, are like, Josh, come on. It sounds like an Irish thing, though, doesn't it? Anyhow, we learn something new every day. Now we know what a slurry tank is. Boy, oh boy. So this guy's all ground up in with the old animal parts. And so the police were alerted on Friday evening to the possibility that Mr. Gaines' body was cut up and dumped into that old slurry tank by his killer when his nephew Marco Reagan and a local agricultural contractor noticed that their slurry spreader had stopped spreading due to an obstruction. Oh, the slurry spreader stopped spreading. What the heck is going on?
You're killing it, man.
My slurry spreader stopped spreading. Naturally, they think there's a... The two men immediately examine the old pipe leading to the splash plate. This sounds gruesome. Who knew? I thought farming is like, they milk the cows, and then they send it to something. They got... Whew. Is this where poop is, or is it parts of animals that they, like, kill?
I think it's both.
I think it's poo.
Do you think it's just poo?
I think it's mostly poo, but it's also bio waste.
I'm thinking it's like, I thought it was like well, we're cutting up the cow, and now we throw its bones in here or something. I thought it was that. I don't know. Hey.
I think it's a catch-all.
I don't know what a slurry tank is. It's getting better. The two men examined the old pipe, yada, yada, yada. Technical experts were joined at the scene on Saturday by a pathologist and forensic anthropologist who carried out some preliminary examinations of what was found at the scene Friday and the slurry tank and the slurry spreader. On Wednesday, members of the Cary County Fire Service were continuing to assist with the police with a search of the yard and some fields spread with slurry. God, so slurry, what does it refer to? Poopy?
I think it's
or body parts? What does it say in Wikipedia?
Fertilizer. It's like a pool of water that you eventually would take fertilizer out of.
So it's a poopy spreader. The poopy spreader ain't spreading, right?
Correct.
A lot less gruesome than what was going on in here. I'm thinking it's bones and guts. Ugh. Anyhow, it's not. It's poop. Thank God. Locals continued to arrive at the scene to leave flowers and messages of sympathy for Mr. Gain, a sheep and cattle farmer, and his grieving widow Janice and his sisters Noreen and Catherine. Oh, Noreen and Catherine! While another had tied a toy sheep to a fence post at the entrance of the property. Michael, it's hard to believe you're gone. I'll never forget the way you helped without ever needing to ask. I wonder what he did to this guy. Can we see the video of the man now? I want to see. I don't mind that there's noise. Well, we've had worse, I'm sure. Oh, it's like audio.
I'm a journalist, as I say. I want to give you your opportunity because it's in the headlines, no matter whether you have had your say or not, that you were arrested and that you were a suspect in this case. And I want to ask you about that. How do you feel about that?
How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
And so commenting on it would probably be incautious.
Yeah. But it's kind of, I suppose, well known in the public sphere that you are the man that lived with Mr. Gain and that you lived on the land with him, you know? And that whether, as I said, you haven't had an opportunity. It's people, the dogs in the street, I suppose, know who you are, and it's been suggested that you're a suspect, that you were interviewed by a Gardaí. And
well,
so,
that is a matter of record.
Yeah. And did you say anything to the guards?
Well, of course. But that's all stuff that's privileged between the guards.
That other guy don't sound Irish at all.
I don't think he is. I think he's American.
Okay, so we let one of ours go over there, and now they're like, oh, tell us, what do you think anything at all?
Yeah, there's this other article here that
is that
says,
a picture of him on the left there?
Yes, this is him on the left.
My odd-looking man. So he lives with the guy. Tough business here.
Yeah, and there's Michael Gain, murder suspect, admits that he's an illegal immigrant.
Boy, it's weird when we send one of our bad eggs over there, huh?
And accepts remains in slurry tank are that of missing
Damn,
farmer.
He accepts it. That doesn't mean. Does that mean he admits to doing it, or that he accepts it? He's just like, sure, like, they're in there.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, that's him.
That's him. They're in there. I don't know how I got in there, but it's so funny that he's considered an illegal immigrant. You think the people of Ireland are like, see, let's get them out. Get these illegals out of here. They're all criminals. It's now this guy. It's one of ours.
Yeah.
Crazy. Well, let's get to a nicer story about love, shall we? I want to hear a love story. This is about a Kentucky couple. They were able to hold on for their lives when a tornado ripped through their neighborhood last week, and they each lost a piece of themselves in the process. What did they lose? Part of their heart? Their soul? Paul and Gail Klein, who have been married for 29 years, were able to make it out of the storm last week, according to the news stations in Lexington. The EF4 tornado tore through Klein's home just before midnight last Friday. They changed the Fujita scale to the EF. Now, it used to just be when Twister came about in 1996, and I learned everything I know from about tornadoes from that film. They were just simply the F4 tornadoes. And the F5, of course, you know what that is. The finger of God. That's what they say in the movie. And then, so this one's a big one, is what I'm getting at. It's probably a big one. And I like when they're eating, Philip Seymour Hoffman's like eating steak and they got like eggs and shit. It's like one of the grossest food scenes in the history of time, but also very much makes you hungry. It's strange. They're like eating huge pieces of steak and shit. And yeah, they're just like, oh, that one was an F3 back there. That was crazy. Oh, my Lord. And then it's like, maybe we'll see an F4 today. That was like, oh, my God, So this is big, just from my Twister referencing. When they were found, this couple was holding each other, and that's why they ended up losing opposite arms, because they were holding on to each other, and whatever impacted them at the same time. That's crazy to be like, you're like in the tornado. That's what I picture, like fucking Wizard of Oz. You're like, and then something just comes and takes both your fucking arms out. God damn, dude. How are they holding each other still? Maybe I'm imagining the wrong image. What do you gather?
I was kind of picturing like elbow to elbow, like trying to hold on to each other,
like this.
Well,
like
no,
at a school dance,
like this, like you're grabbing, like you're holding on, like you're holding.
Oh,
each
like
other's
clenching
arms
like that.
Yeah.
But then, how does only one arm of each get taken off?
I think if they're holding, I was imagining they were just holding each other with one side.
I thought it was just so romantic idea of them just like. Like they're floating, holding out each other, like, and then a thing.
Like you would hold arms, like skipping down the road. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's the way I looked at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, but yeah, like elbow to elbow.
Oh, but you thought it was clenching.
Yeah, clenching.
I don't know.
Hold on.
Do they describe it? What is this?
This is their daughters walking through the house.
Oh, does it have anything to do with these people losing their arms?
A little bit.
Okay.
I got to skip to it.
All right.
There's a little bit of intro. I'm going to skip it. I've watched this.
Okay.
When the twister hit.
All right.
Home. Glass. Taylor Baker and Brandy Bowman walked me through what's left of their Aunt Gail and Uncle Paul's home. Glass and insulation cover walls and floors of the Klein home, indicating the horrors the couple endured while trapped inside when the twister hit.
In this bedroom.
Have you seen the documentary about, I think it's Joplin, Missouri, the tornadoes that happened there? The documentary has like footage of people who are like in the tornado, and you forget, obviously, if you haven't experienced something like that, you can't possibly imagine the sensation of what that would feel like. But these people who were like, even in kind of like a safe thing where the tornado hit and they were like, I think they were in a walk-in freezer or something like that, but it ripped it open and they were like feeling just the wind and how painful, even because there's like just even dirt. Imagine if it was a tornado just with dirt. Forget the other debris. The dirt would feel like fucking a billion needles hitting you constantly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like the smallest debris, like a little thing, it hits you and it's like, like it's like a bullet hitting you basically.
Well, have you ever been hit in the face with like sand that's caught in the wind?
Right. And that's not even the wind speeds of which this is like the dirt could kill you probably. I don't know. It's crazy. So to think about these people, you know, getting caught up in the fucking wind. I mean, let's see if they describe it at all.
And you can see like where stuff came through. This is where they were, and the neighbor came. He heard them screaming for help, so he came to help them, and he pulled them out into the hallway there.
Someone was in the neighborhood looking for survivors when they heard Gail's screams.
She said,
"Need help.
Need help. I see an arm down the hallway."
The doctors
oh my God.
Said that where they lost opposite arms, it's because they were like holding each other.
The couple was
they were
taken
like
to
doing a
London Hospital.
do-si-do is what you're saying. Okay, well, yeah, you're like, I mean, you were getting it all kinds of, I can't see over there. You kidding me? And I was like, oh, like a do-si, they're doing it right there.
Yeah.
A little like, hey, oh, going do-do-do-do-do. They would do a little circle. Yeah, okay, so then they lost, I mean, boy, oh boy. So you're like this, and then all of a sudden, opposite arms. They lost these sides.
Well, because they were holding on to each other.
So they lost their opposite.
Yeah, like something would have fallen on them, and they.
So it severed them in between each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is what we're getting at. Because I didn't know if it was like these were the arms that were safe because they were all like tight in, and then their arms out here like, and then their arm was just down there because they stayed interlocking. I thought.
I'm not sure.
Oh. I could have swore they said they were like
but they say,
found.
Yeah, they say they found the arms.
But I thought they found them intertwined still.
But when the person who was rescuing them walked up, he saw an arm first.
Right. I'm just saying, was it the loose arm or was it one of the ones interlocking?
Yeah, it was the loose arms, I guess.
Yeah, the loose arms got.
Oh, okay. See, I've been picturing it the other way.
That makes it more romantic because then this saved their lives.
Okay.
Meanwhile, they're like,
I'm an idiot.
This comes off.
Yeah, that makes sense now.
We could be wrong. They're not giving us. They should. This is the details that we need.
We need a diagram
in journalism. I want to see. Yeah, exactly. Go ahead, or at least a picture of which arm it is.
Gail is on life support while Paul's condition has improved.
All I can't get out of my head is just how terrified that they both were. I cannot imagine the fear that was going through their minds. But if there's one thing about them, they are godly people.
The women say it's eerie. While some items are gone, others like a robe in their bedroom remain untouched.
Looking around at the other houses, like
we grew up being babysat by our mama in this house, and
we played in all these houses. We had dinner in all these houses.
Now, Taylor and Brandy work to clean up while raising funds to help Gail and Paul.
Hospital bills and their home,
they lost both of their vehicles. They're really going to need help either rebuilding or
Pause it. All
finding
right.
somewhere.
What about the fucking arms?
And $10,000 is what they're trying to raise here.
God. Give them some money, folks. I don't know. But the love kept them together. I thought they were going to get into that part of it. Someone's going to make a documentary about this tornado down the road, and they are going to get that couple to spill. I mean, these are the questions I want to ask. Also, not to belittle the impact of the story, but can we get the fucking interviews in one channel? I mean, God, if you're listening at home, I'm sorry. I'm sure Bobby will fix it in post because he'll be like, what is this nonsense? But they can't. It's going left here. There's one woman talking over here. There's one woman talking over here. I thought I was in a fucking IMAX film.
I know. I don't know
crazy.
What that was. That was crazy.
Anyway, I'm sure Bobby. I'm sure it won't affect you at home. I'm sure.
So, and I think Alex is right. They were holding each other, and their outside unprotected arms were.
That's what I said too.
Detached.
That was what I was saying because they're like, our love is holding us together, and their arms are over here, and they both kazoosh.
I'm an idiot. I don't know.
But I don't know. They did say one thing hit them and took them off, so we could be wrong. If you know out there, JoshPotterShow@gmail.com. That is where you send it in.
We will accept diagrams.
Yeah, send in some drawings. And next week, I'll show them on the show. Please send in some drawings of what you think happened out there. That would be wonderful. I would really love to know. Maybe you're screaming at the screen right now and you're like, I'd throw Josh in a fucking oven right now if I could because he's annoying me so much he doesn't understand what happened. That's happened before. So please, JoshPotterShow@gmail.com. Boy, oh boy, folks. I'm going to save some of these good ones for next week because I'm excited. We have some great guests coming up in the next couple of weeks here. But in the meantime, I want you to send in more things. Send in your drawings. Send in some music. JoshPotterShow@gmail.com is where you can send everything in. And I'd love to see you on the road. Thanks again to Evan and Joe, who came out to my show Thursday while they're on the road for their job. They were like, holy shit. They heard it on the podcast, which is what you want. So thanks so much for coming, fellas. If you're listening in the car right now, good luck to you. And thanks to everyone who came out to Tampa Bay. And I'd love for you to come out to Chicago. It's happening July 13th. Get your tickets. And Janesville, Wisconsin, that's also on sale right now for August 15th and 16th. Other than that, rate, review, subscribe, leave a comment. Love seeing them every week. You're the best. I love you so much. Thank you to Bobby. Thank you to Alex. Thank you to Lee. We will see you next time here at the Comedy Store for the Josh Potter Show.
Coming to 11 direct with the Roach. We shotgun the beers, I got time for a toast. It's the only place I get my sports like for real, son. He taught us nobody's more sus than Russell Wilson.
Here's the deal, son. Won't find us in Walmart. Josh Potter, keep it frank, kinda like a ballpark. It wasn't nothing talking all that jism. Turns out there's a lot of semen terrorism.
Now it's time we hit him. Bringing Votto to the plate. Roachy, your awards with Chase O'Donnell the Great. Let me stop for a second, cause it's Ask Marty time. Cause it's idiocy, you know I cannot abide.
Not a fan of these guys, gonna damage the rise. Worse than the host known as the Roach. Leave an idiot woman standing on the side or looking like she just tripped into a moat.
I'ma kill this Henny beat like murder. Been in more studios than most have ever heard of. Pleased to be listening, hit that like and subscribe. So many bills, hats got the mafia vibe.
A lot to describe like a Roach reporter. Teacher on OF, don't report her. Trying to live life with my mannequin wife and my mannequin kids if that's my mannequin right.
Been a fan of this guy since the Roach Motel. Couple 100 weeks in, still funny as hell. From the tit cups to back sis and blind eyes, Potter has one of the best shows of all time.
Now watch this drive. Pop a couple tall cans with the Roach King and caught the vibe. Ready to pour more, scurry out the floorboards, hit like, comment, and subscribe.